Alright, so I'm going to be showing how this Reese bass is made. And I know a lot of you know how FM8 work already, so what I'm going to be doing is just running through these settings systematically so you can get the patch recorded, or you could just download it in the description. And if you want to know how everything is made, I'll have a little annotation to the part of the video where I explain everything. So in master we have polyphony 16, we have mono, we have 4 unisono voices, detuned to 20, pan. I mean, you could basically just pause the video and record the master. There's nothing really more in depth to it. I'm sorry, my voice sounds horrible. I'm losing my voice. In effects, I have overdrive, shelving EQ, blah blah blah. You can all copy that. You don't really need to go in depth. Let's see, an expert. C, I have a 1, 2, 3 saw, ratio 2. I have the envelope set like this. You can change that really based on your taste. That just kind of gets it to do that little yeah. I wrote that 48 to F, and then I have D doing kind of the opposite thing. Make sure you have tempo sync set on basically all of these, and I have it up at 2/4. This ratio is at 2 and a 135 square, 48 to F. E, I have a square, no envelope change, ratio 0.5, and routed to F. F is just a square. You don't really need to copy that, that doesn't do anything. The ratio is set to 2, and then we route 80 out. And I think that's basically it, yeah, no pitch. So, alright, now let's get to the technicality of it. Now, when I say that I have 4 unisono voices, that means that it's going to play 4 of the same synth noise that I've just created in the expert panel at a time. And by setting the detune to 20, that'll mean that the each voice will be detuned, I think it's like 20 cents, or up to 20 cents. And my pan here at 70 will spread it wider, so each voice, one might go to the left, more to the right, one to the left, one to the right. So I'm just going to play around with how this would sound with the pan cut out. It's not really as big, and if we put it up to 100, you can hear that it's really spread out between the left and right. Because I am recording in 2 channels, because I got this awesome recorder now. So you'll actually be able to see my mouse now too, which is pretty cool. Now, I have mono selected. You really don't need to do that, and I have my portamento like god-awfully up to 100, because you can hear that it's just like taking 15 years to get up any kind of steps. But you can actually take that off. Take the time down to 0, and it'll kind of sound like a lead almost, or you could just put it up a little bit. Now what I probably wouldn't suggest doing is taking your mono off, because that just doesn't sound nice. So, in effect, well actually let's go to our expert first. My F is a square, and it's at a ratio of 2. So, and it's going out at 80. But what really matters is the operators, oscillators that are being routed into F. And what these are going to do is frequency modulation. That's why it's called FM8. And I'm going to modulate this square with another square of a ratio of 0.5. And these all go into this one operator and modify its noise. So you're not going to hear C, D, or E really, because they're all going to be merged into F. You can actually hear them if I route them out by dragging here. But that's not the sound that I'm looking for particularly. You can always play around with it, but so yeah, C is a 1, 2, 3 saw at a ratio of 2, going down at 48. Now the reason I have the envelope like this is you can hear the sound, and you know I'm gonna don't do this right now, but I'm gonna take off my phaser so you can hear it better. See, whenever that this bar comes down, the oscillator is not having any output because of my amplitude envelope, and you can hear it's almost kind of wobbling a little bit. And I'm just going to put my phaser back on. D is similar, except I have it in the opposite direction. Oh, and by the way, when you do these envelopes, you're going to want to have tempo sync enabled, so you can get these all to sync up with each other fairly well, and in your song. This will cut out every 2/4 a beat and then come back up every full measure, if you're in 4/4, of course. And this will go up. It'll do the opposite of C. It's going to rise at 2/4. And that'll have a similar wobbly-ish effect. The square doesn't have anything exactly really to with the envelope, so you're just going to route that 168 to this square. And make sure you get all of the ratios, because you can get quite a different sound if you change this ratio up to 1. It's almost like an octave higher. But I'm just going to put that one down to 5. And lastly, let's go to effects. And what I have here is you can click these little bars to get them. Overdrive I have set to 18. This will just kind of make like a clean distortion, really. Tone to 100, bass 78, volume just leave alone. My shelving EQ just has two little boxes that you can drag around, and what this will do is I can boost the highs and lows, or I can cut them, but I like to boost them. I like to emphasize the highs and lows of the space. The phaser creates that kind of filtered effect that you're hearing. What I have here is I have it beat synced up to 33. It really, I mean, it doesn't matter too much. It's not like a bass wobble where you need it completely precise. But I have it up to 3 notches, color 1, sweep max, blah blah blah. Dry wood up to 50, and I have it synced. And it really, what you can do is, if you don't want it to move that much and you want to put your own filter on it, but you do like the way the phaser sounds, you can turn sweep min up to 100 and sweep max down to 0. And it won't move, really. And then you could put your own filters on it. Reverb, self-explanatory. You should probably know what reverb is by now. You could take that off if you want it more dry. And that's pretty much it. And thanks.